So the definition of boiler I want to talk about. So we saw the theory part of it in the last class, and this one is about, it's a closed pressure vessel in which a fluid is heated for external use by the direct application of heat resulting from the combustion of fuel, that is, you can see the furnace or the liquid or gaseous, or by the use of electricity. So we can see in the boiler, there are Cochran vertical boiler is there, and a marine Scotch boiler. They were the very old boilers, the Scotch boiler and the Cochran vertical boiler. The Scotch boiler was very much was used a long time back, and it has its own problem of having smoke tube boilers. These are all called smoke tube boiler, and the water is outside and the smoke is going into the tube. And this marine Scotch boiler has got a furnace which is corrugated furnace. Okay. So a corrugated furnace is there, and we have in the Scotch boiler plenty of stay tubes. At least they say 30% of the total tubes must be stay tubes. Stay tubes are always important for end plates, and whenever there is a flat end plate, we will have a stay tubes, okay, to tighten them and keep them. And Cochran vertical boiler was mainly introduced because it can work as a composite boiler also, and it can also use for use the main engine exhaust gas as well as fuel gas. So the advantage of this Cochran boiler is it has got a hemispherical dome. Okay. Furnace is not a corrugated furnace. In corrugated furnace, because of corrugation, we have a more heat surface. Okay. Here it is hemispherical, and this hemispherical dome is connected to the end plate by a Ogi ring. So you can see the Ogi ring on the end. So these Ogi rings are made of double thickness because at the end of the boiler we have no circulation at all, and it's all corrosion particles and rest and can come settle down, and they become weakened by the corrosion and all. So they are always double the thickness of the end plate, the Ogi ring. The Ogi rings are all symmetrical on both sides, so connecting to the end plate. And furnace is there. Of course, furnace always have a refractory to store the heat energy as well as to avoid radiation of it, combustion heat. And then the smoke tube is whatever the flue gas goes through the horizontal smoke tubes and then goes to the funnel. Okay, this is how we heat the water, and water also is cooling the hemispherical dome. Similarly, water also cools the furnace, which is having a corrugated furnace. So we have that was a smoke tube boiler which I showed you. This one is a D-type water tube boiler. So D means a drum, okay, drum type water boilers. They have water drum as well as steam drum, and they are not only used in engine room, ships are also in landline. So we have a modern packaged boiler. So these are all packaged boiler. The advantage of packaged boiler is you can shift the boiler, and it's only for low pressure, not for high pressure. It is used for only low pressure, and they are also smoke tube boiler only, modern packaged boiler. You can see the safety valves and the main stop valve and the manual door there. So this is a composite boiler of Cochran type. You can see here how the furnace is, and you can see there also from diesel engine the gas is coming. It is a double pass, two pass. Okay, you can see one pass, the other one is second pass, and both of them goes to that one. And the steam drum is kept by gusset stays. Okay, they are all by gusset stay. And in the Scotch boiler, we have a girder. I will explain to you when I come to that one. Here we have a gusset stay to hold the steam drum. So these also a boiler, modern boiler, where it is vertically flowing. And we don't have a separate furnace for this. We have only the tubes are there, various tubes are there, okay, like generating tubes, water wall tubes, screen tubes, so many tubes are there. Down riser, up riser, down comer and riser, all these things are all there. So they provide a continuous area for furnace. Okay. And you all know, for combustion to take place, we need three things. One is the fuel, heat, and then you need a ignition, and then we need a air. This air is coming from the FD fan, forced draught fan, and that is how the combustion takes place in the furnace. These are all latest one, mission type. The trademark is mission. Okay. So it's also a boiler, a type of boiler, economizer. Here we use forced circulation. So it's a waste heat recovery plant. Actually, we can use main engine exhaust gas to heat the boiler, totally heat the boiler. The water goes through the coil. You can see the coil there, and you can see this drum, no, water drum, and on top steam also, and goes back to the same boiler. So the exhaust gas from the main engine, which is having about 33% of the heat energy, is directly sent to the flue gas sent to the coil, and the coil inside is water, which is circulated by a boiler circulating pump. The water is taken from the boiler only. It is not, there is no gauge glass here in the economizer. Only we have a headers are there, okay, and we have a drain pipe, air vent cock, all those things, and safety valves are all there. So these act as, especially these economizers are very useful where the VLCC, no, we have a traveling of 14 to 15 days, 20 days like that. We don't need to use the boiler for fuel. So we use the main engine exhaust gas and produce steam. So this is a very famous one, and economizer. This is a vertical tubeless package steam boiler. This is a very peculiar boiler used only for small purposes. Okay, and a typical packaged boiler, steam boiler. Another one I'm showing. So this Albor mission type boiler, very famous in all the ships which are having tankers and all. So oil or gas fired thermal fluid heater, constructed with a double coil system of large bar tubes. Removable top plate provide access for inspection and cleaning of the coils. Vertical or horizontal execution, both can be possible. Thermal fluid cooled flue gas bottom plate option. Low thermal fluid pressure drop. These are all the general features of this Albor mission boiler, and it has got a capacity of 20,000 kilowatt. And this is another type of boiler. I'll continue in the next one.